All right, so Gumbo Chef's son did a race, 1.8 miles. He went to run 15. I think you're in at 14:10. So August, I got to give you props. Also, I couldn't pronounce yesterday the the town in where Northwestern State was, where the that football player was murdered by a former player, and I couldn't. I butchered the names, so Gumbo Chef reached out to me. It is Natchitoches, Natchitoches, Louisiana. I said, "You are fantastic. I'll bring you the next show." He said, "Why are you talking about Natchitoches?" I said, "A guy was killed from Northwestern State, football player by a former teammate, shot and killed, shot multiple times." And he said, "Jesus." And I said, "Yes, that sucks." And my cousin reached out, one Evan, or was it Brett? It was Evan or Brett, whatever. One of them rent one of the Sanders boys reached out and love them. I actually got yesterday early to global entry and got out quick, which was awesome. Got home, watched the Bills game. Well, I listened to the game first half. They screwed up a fourth down play early in the game. They were up, what, 17-10 at the half. They won 24-18. They got a late touchdown. Well, actually, with like 3 minutes left, the Bucks. 365 total yards for Josh Allen. But a lot of things that made me go, in that second half. I mean, they really didn't have any offense that second half. They didn't have it was not a great. Joshua got back to me. He says he needed a big game from Kincaid. So Kincaid almost had a touchdown, got stopped at the 1 yard line. They 17 first half points important. Josh Allen, 324, 41 yards rushing, 3 total touchdowns, another interception. Gabe Davis, who did not have a great season last season, 9 for 87. Now, Josh Allen also 2.43 seconds was the quickest in the game to get rid of the ball. Time to throw a football was his quickest. And maybe that's portends for good things in the future. They're 5-3, but last 4 drives, they punted from their own 49, the Bills, punted from Tampa Bay's 47, Tampa Bay's 49, and then Tampa Bay's 48. OptaStat said no other NFL team in the last 30 years has gotten within a yard of or past midfield on each of their last 4 drives of the game and punted on all 4. I don't think that is a good sign. But, second half not as great. And their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, has been getting a lot of heat. I mean, they're 5-3. 5-3 is, better than 3-5 or 4-4. So you have to take that as a positive. But I mean, Josh Allen is now tied with Steve Young for the second most rushing touchdowns, 43. He's behind Cam Newton, 75. So he still likes to run the ball. But, Khalil Shakur caught all 6 of his targets. The team with 92 receiving yards. Kincaid had 5 for 65 and a touchdown. So, Joshua, congrats. Your fantasy team kicked ass, and that makes me happy. Diggs had 9 for 70. I said Gabe Davis. The Bucks offensive stat line was saved by a long fourth quarter scoring drive that was only kept alive by penalties. I think they had 2 fourth down penalties on that drive, which was kind of crazy. Baker completed just 60% of his passes, struggling to get the ball in the hands of his. Mike Evans had a ball tip off. It was underthrown, hit the Bills guy, and ball high. Galveston guy made a beautiful touchdown catch. But him and Chris combined for 8 catches. Bills visit the Bengals. Bengals are at San Francisco this week, and the Bucks visit the Texans. A game I'm going to. Well, it looks like we're going to, which would be kind of cool. So hopefully that'll happen. Baker was 25 or 40. That's a lot of incompletions. 237, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know. He also ran for a 13-yard score. Davis, 24-10, and then they held on. Evans with 3 for 39 and a touchdown. Godwin was 5 for 54, touchdown. Oh, so there was a Hail Mary at the end. I missed kind of that. And Allen was checked the second quarter. He kind of grabbed his shoulder, did a little thing, but he came back and played the game. Bills are now 4-0 this season. And the Bucks have dropped 3 straight. Oh, in Buffalo. They're 4-0 at home, which is good. Okay, so they got the win, right? Good. Good. Yeah. Oh, White for Tampa Bay had 16 touches, a buck 09. Cook had 15 for 73. So they got the win right there. So congrats. Congrats. Grazie. 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 Yeah, I think I told them it's too early for the show, but you know what? I got things to do today, and I was like, let's get things rolling. And we talk all about the sign stealing. Well, Mike Leach, rest in peace. I saw this from Ben Stevens. He was Oklahoma's offensive coordinator before the 1999 Red River rivalry shootout, whatever you can't call it shootout anymore. Leach devised a fake call sheet to fool Texas. The sheet was misplaced, and a Texas GA picked it up, and Oklahoma scored 29 seconds into that game. In 99, did they? That's what I saw that, but did they win 1999 Red River shootout? Texas beat Oklahoma 38-28. No, wait. Oklahoma, Texas, night was, 38-28. I love seeing that stuff, and then they lost the game. But I guess it worked at the beginning. But, I love when you put stuff down and then you don't say the final score. I'm like, dude, that was cool. It worked. 28 seconds in, and they still lost. Okay. So Lakers beat the Suns, Sands, no Booker, no Beal. And there was supposed to be a minutes restriction for LeBron, but LeBron scored 10 points, 21 points, 8 rebounds on assists, took over down the stretch, scored 10 points, playing the entire final period, as did Anthony Davis, who had 30 points, 12 rebounds. And Kevin Durant is just Kevin Durant, 39 points, 11 rebounds. They were up 84-72, but they ended up taking the loss. First time they've played against each other since Christmas 2018, LeBron and Kevin Durant. Durant makes history, 39 points to pass Hakeem the Dream for 12th on the all-time scoring list, 26-9-47. Yeah, LeBron got the last laugh. 38 years old, 21st year. Still, Father Time does not answer to him at all, and they got the win. Yeah. I still have Michael Jordan as a GOAT, but MJ wasn't doing this at 30. Yeah, Michael Jordan was still playing, I don't know, different players, but I do. They got the win. They're 1-1 in the season, and they talked about minutes restriction, 35 minutes, playing the whole fourth quarter. You want to win games, you have to do what you have to do. And they said Darvin Ham said he was going to play 20 to 30 a night, and stuck to it most of the time. But then got to put him in. We'll see what happens. Now Anthony Davis, as I said, 13 in the fourth quarter, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, played the whole fourth. Most games with 5+ blocks by an active player. We need 5 blocks? I said 3 blocks. Well, 214 for Anthony Davis. The next closest is LeBron with 134. Gets it done. And Billy Reinhart said Durant's greatness currently, was on TNT, has to be taken into account in any Kyrie Irving trade discussions, as it should have been considered during those negotiations. Yes, he can still ball. They're gone. The Nets don't have a go-to scorer. Brooklyn Bridges is good. Cam Thomas, can he do that every night? We're going to see what happens with the Nets. Cam Johnson. But you need a superstar, and the Nets don't have a superstar. They have good players, strong players, but you need that, like Damian Lillard last night. Jesus. And Caleb Williams was at the game, because all college football guys now go to games. They have valuations: the Warriors, Knicks, Lakers. Average NBA team is worth $3.85 billion, 35% jump from a year ago, 75% higher than in 2019, according to Forbes. Golden State, $7.7 billion, Knicks, 6.6, Lakers, 6.4, Celtics, 4.7, and the Clippers, 4.65. I knew Arena is going to be into it. It's going to be amazing. The Nuggets, the defending NBA champs, are worth $3.37 billion. Average NBA teams worth $3.85 billion. That is a lot of shekels, folks. That is a lot of shekels. And Damian Lillard set a franchise record, first game ever with the team, 39 points, 9 for 20, 17-17 on free throws, 8 rebounds. Giannis had 23 points, 13 rebounds, became the franchise's career leader in baskets. They blew an 18-point lead. Maxey had 31, Embiid had 24-7, 6 assists. and he had 39 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 for 12 from three, Dane. But he did make one of those makes was an early 4-point play. He hit a late three and no turnovers. Most points ever in a Bucks debut. He averaged 32.3 per game last season. Giannis minus 13 plus minus, second worst in a Bucks win since his emergence as an MVP. Milwaukee was plus 13 with Damian Lillard on the court and Giannis on the bench. Kevin Pelton, his first game, so let's work that out. And it looks like the trade, right? Hey, listen, he's going to score. And, they got rid of Drew Holiday. Where is Grayson Allen is on the Suns, right? Grayson Allen, yes. I think Grayson, who did not do shit last night. Grayson Allen is on the Suns. Last night he had 35 minutes, 6 points, 4-6, 6 rebounds. It's not enough. He's got to have more points. That's why he got no help. KD outscored his whole starting five last night. And Harden, listen to this. He tried to, upon his return to practice, it would benefit, they said, if he would stay in Philly. According to Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes, he attempted to board the team flight on Wednesday to Milwaukee, but was stopped by a security official and informed he wasn't traveling with the team. He was frustrated, but thank God he didn't make a scene. But imagine that going, hey, I'm going with the team, and they're like, dude, you've been enough of a freaking hindrance this thus far. And the Clippers kind of like are cool that right now. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But he didn't make a scene and hasn't been fined or disciplined for his time away. Of course, you can do whatever you fucking want. You're a superstar. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Hey, it's all good, right? No, it's not all good. It's bullshit. But, that's Harden seems to get away with anything he wants. And, I just was like, oh, my God. Just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So it is what it is, right? So be it, huh? Yeah, crazy. Just freaking crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, I mean, come on. Ridiculous. So, hey, it happens and you move on. Now, South Carolina women's basketball graduated all 5 of their starters, including the quartet often dubbed the Freshies. Aaliyah Boston, Zia Cook, and Bria Beal started nearly every game since their freshman seasons. She said, leading the starting 5 are senior center Camila Cardoso and junior Raven Johnson. They had 2 transfers in the offseason, Tahina Papoa and Sakima Walker. They got Chloe Kitts and Ashley Watkins. Cardoso has been tasked with becoming a bigger leader on the team. Camilla, Staley said, has to step in the role of being our dominant post on the inside. She's very, very, very unselfish. Aaliyah, and at times, much like Aaliyah, she'll pass out to people who shoot half her field goal percentage. You can't do that. You have to bet on yourself sometimes. We want Camilla to be a leader. So, so they got a whole new starting 5. You got a great coach. And I guess we're going to see what happens. I mean, the thing is now LSU brought in LSU transfer was the girl from LSU transfer. What the hell is her name? Basketball, as women's basketball transfer. Yeah, Haley Van Lith. Van Lith with the transfer. She Louisville last season. Morrow comes with her Paul, 53 double-doubles. I mean, they restocked. And that's going to be the team for them to go after. And I think, it might be a little rebuilding time at South Carolina. We'll see what happens. Now, they talk about how tough Jalen Hurts is, and I agree. We don't even know what's really wrong with him, but, knee brace, looked like he was beat up in the game. And his quarterback coach says, Quince Avery says, played through pain and said that, he's worked with Hurts for years, marvels at the strength Hurts has displayed in myriad situations. He said his matters of toughness, he's second to none. He doesn't know the severity of Hurts' injuries. He's confident that he'll do everything he can to stay in the lineup. The team loves him. They got a tough stretch. They got a road game against Washington this week. Then they play 6 opponents with winning records: Cowboys, KC, Buffalo, San Fran, Seattle, and Dallas again. It's a lot of time left to go in the season. But you know what? He plays tough. He has had interceptions 3 straight games. He did pick 6 last game. So I guess we're going to see what happens going forward. A lot of big games this weekend. Also, scoring is down. Their teams are averaging a total of 43.4 through 7 weeks. The number was 43.8 last season, 46 in 2021, and 49.6 in 2020. Rushing and passing DDs per game naturally are down. Giants are not playing well. Giants don't score a lot of points, and I think that's going to be a tight game against the Jets this week. They said there's an unusual amount of bad teams, new crop of inexperienced quarterbacks, and more sophisticated defenses, adjusting the passing boom. Also, unders are hitting at 60% this season, including a 12-2-1 in week 6. So unders are winning games. I also feel like a lot of it is quarterback play. And what did I see? The tight ends are their lowest total of total yards. What did I see? Nick Kosmider, the 9,952 receiving yards tight ends have produced across the NFL is the fewest at this point at a season since 2008. So the ball's not getting to guys it should be getting to, and that comes back. And hey, it happens. You know what? I think I don't need to see 50, 40 games anymore, or I like some defense. I like to see teams play better, but I also feel like quarterback play, there is a drop. And, they keep looking for the next great quarterback, and it seems like it just doesn't happen all the time. It just takes time, right? I mean, to guys to get comfortable. Jalen Ramsey, of course, he got pissed off at Adam Schefter. He's 3 months after having surgery for full meniscus repair in his left knee. He hasn't confirmed that he's going to play this weekend against the Pats. Knee surgery in late July. Had an 86.4 Pro Football Focus grade with the Rams last year. 4 passes intercepted. Secondary has struggled at times this season. The week 4, they got blown out at Buffalo. Tyreek Hill says he's playing. Mostert with an ankle. We'll see if that happens. And Hill said he's playing against the Pats. Ken Walker hasn't practiced this week. He's at 450 yards rushing, second in rushing touchdowns with six among all running backs. If not, it's going to be Mr. Charbonnet who will be playing, which is the former Michigan, the former UCLA Bruin. 145 yards this year, 5 yards carry. Tyler Lockett, I got to make sure hamstring. If he's out, I got to replace him on my fantasy. Bobby Wagner ankle also held out, and they are Sunday against Detroit. Wait, they're not playing Detroit this week. Seahawks are not playing Detroit. Detroit is playing Monday night against the Seahawks. Are playing the Browns this week and hosting them. Dude, I knew that wasn't right. Come on, guys, get your shit together. Please, love of God, get your shit together, guys. We got Jets, Giants this week. Bottom 5 in offensive yards per game. Jets 277, Giants 278.5. Giants are dead last in points per game, 12.1. The Jets are 18.8. It looks like Tyrod Taylor's going to play. I think he's looked pretty good. He gets rid of the ball quickly. I mean, they got the win last week. Wow, the Giants offensive line, league high 13.8% sack rate. Jets defense, third most takeaways in the NFL with 13. Yeah, Zach Wilson averaging a league low 182.8 passing yards per game. One quarterback has started at least 4 games. Run game is better with Breece Hall, but Saquon could still, I think it's going to be Jets are 3-point favorite. We'll see what happens. Dalvin Cook was supposed to be a key guy. Listen, he has $8 million they pissed away with him. I thought he was going to be the real guy. He said, it's frustrating. It's new for me. I came from getting the ball 20 times a game. It's something I'm adapting to. 13 carries in the season opener against Buffalo. Has not had more than 8 in the game since last week. 3 carries and 1 2-yard reception. Yeah, well, Breece Hall's the guy. They're going to trade him. I don't see him around. And then, so they had the bye, and Zach Wilson went home to spend time with his girlfriend, Nicole Delano, in his hometown of Utah, and they enjoyed some local fall festivities. And WFAN host Sean Marash lambasted, said on the Evan and Tiki show, Zach Wilson, in what is about to be the biggest stretch of his career, decided it was a good time to take his girlfriend in Utah to apple and pumpkin pick and go to haunted houses. He's a professional athlete. The family could fly to New York, New Jersey. He added that 52 other members of the team could have taken a vacation, but given that Wilson is the quarterback, he said he should have shown leadership by remaining at his team's training facility. They said the season unraveled last year. They were 6-3 through 9 games. They were 1-7 the rest of the way. And Wilson's thrown for 1,097 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They got the Giants, the Chargers, and the Raiders following the bye week. All teams currently with losing records. But, I don't disagree. I don't feel like, I feel like also maybe he needed a time away, which I hear. But, sometimes you got to recharge the batteries. And last year was last year. And I don't think Salah would have been said, go home. I think Salah was like, you know what? You're a little beat up. Maybe take some time away from the game, chill out a little bit. And yeah, I'm okay with it. I really am, to be honest with you, because these guys play their asses off. And what's he going to do so he could do some more? I feel like there's some times where, like, I need a break. I mean, think about it. Training camp. And then he comes in 4 plays into the season, expecting to be backup all season, Aaron Rodgers, and thrown in, and they're 3-3. Listen, 3-3. Did anybody expect him to go 3-3? No. So, it's pretty freaking good. Hey, so you take it and move on. And he's a radio talk show guy. He's got to say shit. So say shit and move on. You got the Jags at the Steelers. That's a trap game. So they got to win this game. Steelers, Steelers are 4-2, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, Kenny Pickett has thrown 5 touchdowns, 4 picks, 33% of his pass attempts of 10 or more yards have been off-target incompletions. Highest rate of anyone through 6 games for a quarterback since Jameis Winston 2021. Jags are coming in on a 4-game winning streak, 29 points per game. Trevor Lawrence has looked locked in. Yeah, I think they should win the game and they'll be 6-2. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh. Yeah, Kenny Pickett. That's the thing too. You got quarterbacks. Zach Wilson. You got Kenny Pickett. You got Deshaun Watson has been great this year. I could go through all the teams. Mac Jones has been up and down. Daniel Jones. You go through every team. Justin Herbert's been up and down. There's been a lot of teams. Jimmy Garoppolo has not. There's been a lot of turnovers. Josh Allen. More quarterbacks playing like shit than playing well. Mahomes didn't look great his first game, and now they've won six in a row since. So, Bengals at Niners. It could be the Sam Darnold show, which could be kind of interesting. And off the bye, Burrow. I like them. I think they're going to win the game. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, who else? Texans at Panthers. Rams at Cowboys. Rams have been up and down. Atlanta at Tennessee. You got Will Levis, his first career start. That could be. That's another team. Tannehill hasn't been good. Malik Willis hasn't been good. Now you're giving Will Levis a shot. Commanders up and down with Sam Howell. Browns 4-2 with the Seahawks. Geno Smith has been up and down this season. Lamar Jackson 5-2. Arizona 1-6. Yeah, come on. Dobbs has not been good. And is Kyler Murray going to play this week? I don't know. They said he's off the injury report. So does that mean he's going to play? I don't know. That's what I was wondering about. Denver 2-5. Bears. With Bajent, they got the win last week, but they're going to play the Chargers. 2-5, 2-4. That's a tough season. The Lions got blown out in Baltimore last week. Now they're going to play with Jimmy G. They said he's going to play this week. I guess we're going to see what happens. But they said he's on course to play this week. And Harbaugh, they think, is going to be gone. They said he's going to be gone. That the sign stealing to more than 40 games last season with Stallion, the guy, unfinished business. 42-22-1 with the Niners. Washington, Chicago, Bills, Saints. Yeah, I think that I tell you, if they don't finish the season well, McDermott, I can see him gone. Saints, Dennis Allen, I think he's done. I don't think he's the coach, and I think Derek Carr will be gone at the end of the season, and that would be an interesting team to go to. Maybe that's the team to go to. Washington, yeah, hell yeah. Rivera, Riverboat Ron. And then he could draft his quarterback. He could keep Sam Howell, or he could draft his quarterback. Maybe go after Drake May. I don't know if he's going to be around there, but we'll see. Hey, all right, Josh has joined the house. I did not see you there, my friend. And fewest turnovers this season: Texans 3, Chargers 5, Bengals 5, and Steelers 6. Impressive. Oh, and I was watching. I was out, so I went to Syracuse. I thought, okay. They're 4-3. They're playing a 4-3 Vatech team. They were down 30-3 in the first fucking quarter. Syracuse outgained 118-6. They had 4 3-and-outs and had more penalty yards, 12, than offense. They lost 38-10. Talk about getting your asses kicked. And Virginia Tech, Nevada Tech has not been good this season. Oh my God. Malachi Thomas. Oh my God. 13 carries, 87 yards, a touchdown, threw for a touchdown. Bracial Tudin had 118 yards, a touchdown, 318 rushing yards. Well, they sacked Garrett Schrader 8 times and held Hughes to just 137 total yards of offense. And he threw for 137 yards. So, they didn't. 0 rushing yards. 0 rushing yards because they 8 sacks. 0. And I'm sorry, Babers is gone. I'm sorry. He had a 10-win season a couple of years ago. No, come on. Yeah, ugly. And Georgia Southern beat Georgia State 44-27, the modern day hate rivalry. All right, so they won. Yeah, so Georgia Southern coup for the kicker for the Falcons. That's his alma mater. And I agree with Nick Saban. You want to stop the signs? Do it to the NFL. Put it in the helmets. That's put it in the fucking helmets, and then we don't have that problem anymore. They're doing it in the NFL. Do it there. Hell yeah. Yeah, and you have the money too. You got Florida State at Wake Forest. Come on, I see that game being. And you got the first college football playoff rankings coming out on Tuesday. You got the greatest cocktail party. Gators held off South Carolina last week. Yeah, and no Brock Bowers. Why not? That game's always a crazy game. We'll see what happens. Ohio State or Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's going to be a blowout. Wisconsin's third in rushing yards. Luke Fickell, he's a former Buckeyes player and assistant. That's going to be a blowout. Tulsa's at SMU. SMU, hey, they're going to the ACC next season. And Tulane's playing at Rice. Rice 4-3 is playing for a bowl bid. Second consecutive 6-1 season. Haven't lost an AAC game since last November. Yeah, I don't see that happening, even at Rice. And Air Force at Colorado State, that could be a trap game. Air Force's defense ranks second nation behind Penn State. And you got a big game between Oregon and Utah. Utah just just won at USC. And Bo Nix is still licking his wounds from that tough loss against Washington. I like Utah in that game. And Oregon State has double-digit wins over Utah and UCLA, but both were in Corvallis. They've been shakier, and the Arizona hasn't finished with winning records since 2017. And they're talking that Noah Fafita, freshman quarterback for Arizona, going in for Jaden DeLora, has a live arm like DeLora, but Fafita's style is different. He's poised and under control. He's a press coach with how quickly the ball comes out of his hand and how accurate it is, and has great reads. So DJ's going to go. Now DJ went from Clemson to Oregon State. That could be a trap game. You know what? I kind of like I like Tulane over Rice. I think I got an upset. I think Florida's going to beat Georgia. I do. I think Florida. I think Napier's got them playing better football right now. I know they've had some tough. I think Napier's got them playing better football right now. I know they've had some tough games, but I'm going to go with the in that game. I think Georgia's ready to be knocked out, and then we can put Michigan in as the number 1 in the first college football playoff, and you can take the sign stuff and shove it up your ass. Because listen, everybody knows they try to steal signs. You just have to stop them from doing it. So I'm tired of hearing this shit about the sign stealing. Like, it's affected games. Now, Malik Murphy will get his first start against BYU, Sarkisian said. And he said he had his best day of practice on Thursday, Sarkisian. He doesn't expect to be perfect. And they're not going to see Manning at the first trouble. He said there would be some value. We've discussed it some. We've discussed it. Have to just see if it's the best interest of the team. They made a point to protect Manning's redshirt status, and that is unlikely to change. NCAA rules allow for a player to appear in a maximum of 4 games and still maintain redshirt status. Yeah, so he could get this in some games, but maybe they're going to redshirt him. And he doesn't sound like Manning's like, all right, I'll sit out this year, get stronger. I'm okay with this stuff. And I saw this for TCU published by Ross Dellinger and Yahoo yesterday, was alerted about Michigan's sign stealing operation. They made some adjustments, that ended up leaving us completely fooled. They introduced new signals before the game that they used to communicate plays to offensive players. They also had someone relay in their old signals, and they were dummy signals. So they had dummy signals. They likely recognized old signals and organized their defense based on that. But they, hey, they still lost the game. Likely to TCU completely fooling them by running plays. And this is all circumstantial shit they're saying. They also use other measures such as signaling in plays at the last second. They couldn't give them time to adjust. According to Dellinger's report, after the college football playoff matchups were announced, TCU was warned almost immediately by several Big Ten schools, including the Dump, to prepare for Michigan, knowing their signs. So I guess this is something that's been going on. Yeah, interesting, right? Yeah, they'd say, just they steal your signals and they're going to have everything, so you better change them. Through the initial reports about Michigan's sign stealing operation, said the program had likely stolen signs from Big Ten opponents. New information indicated the team began also scouting potential college football playoff teams as well. Well, hey, I mean, what the hell? Despite them all apparently knowing about it, no team has scored more than 10 points against Michigan this season, but TCU did score 51. So, okay, so everybody knows this is happening, and they still, so you got to change the signs, and you still can't beat the team. And Dan Wetzel said, at least thus far, no evidence has emerged either implicating Jim Harbaugh directly or showing he had knowledge of Michigan's alleged in-person scouting operation. Industry sources tell Yahoo Sports. The NCAA investigation is still early and continuing. However, under the NCAA's new head coach strict liability rules, Harbaugh could still be responsible for any violation committed by a staff member. And Wetzel also said sign stealing is NCAA legal. Every team has a designated sign stealer. Every team tries to exploit this. How that information was obtained, the alleged in-person scouting operation, and who knew about it is what the NCAA is investigating. Yeah. Every team is trying to do it. How this information, of course, it was probably given by freaking to pass Ohio State trying to get it out there. So come on. Of course. They're dominating, and every team's going to be like, oh, it's sign stealing. Well, if you know what's happening, still change your signals, and that's what you have to do. Baseball, they do it all the time. They have to change their signals all the fucking time. All the time, man. It's not like this is something new that they just pulled out of the sky. Come on. Cut the bullshit. Really. I mean, horse shit. Come on. Really? James Madison. How about that? Undefeated. Probably the best group of 5 team. Mid-major. And entered the FBS last year after nearly 20 years as an FCS powerhouse. From 2004 to 2021, FCS, 13 playoff appearances, 2 national titles. They can't play any postseason games for 2 years. 8-3 last year, 7-0, 25th this year. As I said, legislators are making noise about fighting the NCAA over it. Teams feels like it's such a unique occurrence. They've gone 15-3 in the FBS while breaking new quarterbacks both years. Jordan McLeod transferred in from Arizona, leads the Sun Belt in passing efficiency. JMU hasn't missed a step, which is, going from FCS to FCS. They're 15-3. The NCAA rule banning James Madison from competing in postseason play. The rule itself is not. It's been around for 2 decades, and people know the rule. Many schools have faced the same problem. Georgia Southern went 8-0 play its second year and didn't go to a bowl game. They can't. They're not eligible, so they can't play they aren't eligible for New Year's Six Bowl. So, yeah. They play Old Dominion tomorrow in a bid to remain undefeated and make the NCAA look worse. Yeah, nasty defense is moving the case. So it's shit. It is. It's the rules, so you have to follow the rules. But if it's in 2 years because they have to transition, they played FBS last season. That should be it. Okay. And this year you want the best teams to bowl games. So they're going to sit it out this year? That sucks. That sucks for them. Oh, and Michigan State said that Mel Tucker did violate the university's sexual harassment policy during his phone call masturbation session with Brenda Tracy. She said was consensual. Yeah. They fired him a month ago. He's going to appeal, but I just don't see that happening. The university ruled against him. I don't see that happening. They said there's a high demand for the World Series games. 1 day out, Globe Field, game 1. Average resale price was $1,273, 9% increase over last year. No postseason fatigue there. They said Arizona game 3 resale is $1,080, get in price $735. And if they're good first 2 games, it could go even more. And the upstart Diamondbacks will hit the local airwaves in 2024. But those games will be shown how much money the club will reap, because they were the second major pro team to have their local rights dropped by Diamond Sports Group, the bankrupt parent company of Bally Sports. So I mean, that's another thing. That's money. That's revenue for the team. They were guaranteed at least 80% of the contracted rights fee, pegged at $61.2 million for 2023. How that carries over the next season is still a massive question mark. I guess we're going to figure that out going forward. They said, well, the Rangers are playing in Globe Field, which looks like a warehouse, a $1.2 billion ballpark, where Globe Field is the new one, and it's going to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup final, is in fact an ongoing, which is crazy. Isn't that crazy? They're going to have the World Cup there. Chase Field, they said they'd like to stay downtown Phoenix, haven't found the public-private agreement necessary to fund $400 million in needed upgrades, including replacing outdated air conditioning, scoreboard, and lighting system. Yeah, that's a lot of teams now. We don't have our hand out, but if you look at some of the other situations very similar to ours, like Milwaukee, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, they're getting strong investment from the public. Yeah, of course, because, God forbid, they don't want to pay for shit. And the Chase Field the current lease expires 2027. It's getting close, so we'll see what happens. Rangers were 9-3 in the postseason. So, scoring third, tied for third in home runs, 18th in ERA. The Diamondbacks 9-3 also in the postseason, batting 14th, runs scored 14th, home runs 22nd. Pitching, I guess we're going to see the Rangers, 71 runs, have scored 20 more runs than the Diamondbacks in the playoff, despite both teams playing the same number of games. Will that carry over? They came in as a hot team. Games 1 and 2, Friday and Saturday in Texas, then 3, 4, and 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Arizona, and then next Friday. So we're talking about games in November, World Series games, and definitely November, because we're going to have a game. No, if it's a sweep, it'll end in October. But if there's 5 games, it is in November. And U.S. team friendly against Colombia. Colombia, no goals, 0-0 draw. Morgan missed a penalty in the first half, which was the best scoring chance. They said Lynn Williams and Trinity Rodman got the swarm, are both active on the wings. Colombia wonderkid Linda Caicedo gave them trouble, but they only got 1 shot at goal. And Jaden Shaw, 18-year-old, made her first appearance for the senior national team. 87th minute, she showed up. And Becky Sauerbrunn and Sophia Smith also made their way back in the second half. So, hey, you know what? It's the first game back. You got a new coaching staff. Interim manager Twila Kilgore has made few lineup changes in 3 games to the team's round of 16 game against Sweden. And we're going to see what happens going forward. The Always Sunny Gang, 4 Walls Whiskey partners with Wrexham, because we need more alcohol. Okay, congratulations. Yes. And Messi played 6 games, and he's a MLS Newcomer of the Year finalist. And the Rangers won 3-0. Lafreniere got his 4th goal last night. Good God. Hey, listen, they're playing good, and the Oilers are winless in 3 home games. The Ducks beat the Bruins in overtime, so they're 6-0-1. The Pasternak had a goal and assist, 6th goal of the year, 3-1 in the second. Leo Carlson cut the lead, and then Troy Terry tied the game with 15 seconds remaining, and Mason McTavish scored in overtime, first loss of the season. Zegras only 1 assist, and he had 6 shots on goal last night. And Eric Stevens said that the first time the Ducks won a game, regular season of playoffs, when trailing by multiple goals with under 2 minutes left in regulation, still not 3 in final 3/16 of Game 5, second overtime throw against Edmonton in 2017, but impressive anyway. So first time they won a game in regulation. That's still – they're not a good team, but they won in Boston. You got to give them props for that. In the Professional Women's Hockey League, 6 franchises, potential names, the Toronto Torch, the Montreal Echo, Ottawa Alert, Minnesota Superior, Boston Wicked, I like that, and New York Sound were filed with the United States Patent and Trademark Office by PWHL Holdings LLC on Wednesday. Detroit HockeyNet was the first to report the filings on Thursday morning. They're okay names. They're not great, but they're okay, right? Josh is working, so it's a quiet morning, but I'm okay. I'm okay with quiet mornings. I really am. And rugby against the defending champ South Carolina, the Springboks. Congrats. Good luck to that. The All Blacks won an hour 3-2 win over the Springboks in their 5 previous World Cup matches. South Africa returns 10 of 15 starters from the 2019 championship squad. We'll see how that works out. There's a much longer to wait for the more international rugby women's and men's. The Stade de France, where tomorrow's match will be played, will also host the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Since returning to the Olympics in 2016, the quicker pace 7 format compared to the World Cup's 15s. No, there is a women. There is a team. Oh, wait. Is there no New York? Yeah, the New York Sound, dude. Oh, yeah, I know you're working. Yeah, I know you're working. No, there's the New York Sound, dude. I said New York Sound. One team. Yeah, I know you're working, dude. Yeah, so the New York, I like that. The 7s, the World Cup 15s has become a fan favorite. I agree. And the Mexican Grand Prix Sunday, Verstappen is on a win streak, something serious. Yeah, okay. I know you're okay with that. Yeah, win streak. Yeah, Max Verstappen is getting it done. So fans hate Max Verstappen? Oh, they hate his driving style. Oh. They do not like his driving style. All right, well, hey, dude, when you're winning, there's always somebody's going to complain. People are going to hate. There's going to be hate. So Lewis Hamilton almost didn't get disqualified for his car, but hey, it happens. Oh, and so I talked to Lisa. Lisa is dated my friend Lanker a long time ago, and she wants to go to the Iowa Rutgers game at Rutgers this year, but she said floor seats are $9.29. Can you imagine that? They sold out every home game this season, and she said the tickets are going for $9.29 on the floor, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean that's the market now. So yeah, that's going to be that's going to be too much, and it only seats, I think, only seats. Yeah, what is Rutgers? I know it's the rack capacity, center capacity. I know that they don't have big. No, that's not what I want. Rack center capacity. 8,000. I mean, 8,000 seats, they're going to be expensive. 8K. I mean, that's small. Yeah. Only holds 8,000. Yeah, at least you're on the show 2 days in a row. So I'm like, there you are on the show 2 days in a row on the podcast 2 days in a row. So I told her I need to get her and her daughters on together. Yeah, so you should next level ups in the 200s. Wow. Okay. Oh, she's gonna wait. Yeah. I love you now. Yes, I do. Wait, are you that close to the arena? Yes, I am. Anything you want to say? That's what I wanted. So wait. So what'd you say? Oh, the 200 next up in the two of them. Wow, floor 929. Yeah, you want to say yeah. She's 30 minutes away. You're 30 minutes away from Rutgers? So she said you wait 30 minutes before. I went until 30 minutes before. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Maybe if she's that close, then she'd get the tickets. But I was like, really? You're gonna? Okay. Well, I said, go for it. You want to go for it? Go for it. I'm waiting. It's rendering right now. I guess she's getting her thoughts. I'm like, anything you want to be. Because Caitlin Clark, they sold that first time ever. They sold out every home game for Iowa this season. What, it's Chrysler Arena? Every game they sold out. They had 52,000 they played at the football stadium this year. I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean, Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and she could stay in college another year, which I don't think I think she might do it. So I guess we're going to see what happens. Yes, it has. Women's basketball has come a long, long way because she played at Loyola, right? You played at Loyola, right? All 4 years? I think she played all 4 years. I think she played, yeah. So Lanker and her went to Loyola in Baltimore, and I think she played on the women's team all 4 years. Lisa was it, yeah. Lisa could ball. I always liked Lisa. It was always nice. So, all right, let's get to some trivia questions. Did I miss anything else today? Oh, DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner cleared concussion protocol. Joe Tipman quad is out. Herb Charles. Who's Herb Charles? What position does Herb Charles play? Herb Charles plays wide receiver here. He doesn't get that much playing time. Okay, so that's good. They're both playing. Yes, thank God. I thought that was going to be a problem. No, she didn't play all 4 years. No, I thought you played all 4 years. Oh, a couple? I thought you played all 4 years. I thought you definitely played there. But what do I know? Okay, so that's good about Sauce and DJ Reed. They need him. They need those guys for Sunday. Did I miss anything else? Mateo or Nabi? What did he say? Oh yeah. Oh, he split. Oh, they were saying about. He said, response to Mateo Arnaldi being called the Spider-Man. He said, first you need to be facing the net and not the wall. Then we can talk. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Be facing the net and not the wall. Then we can talk. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Year and a half, then hurt. Women's basketball used to be the affordable game to watch. Yes. Not anymore. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Come on and talk. Come on and talk. Women's basketball. I'll make it happen. Okay, good. That's good. All right. So let's get some trivia questions. All right. Last show's trivia question was, okay, last Big Ten college football player to win the Heisman Trophy. Was it Charles Woodson, Saquon, Troy Smith, or Eddie George? And I thought it was Woodson. It was Troy Smith. Won in 2006, 2,507 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks, and then got blown out, which I loved, by Florida, 41-14 in the national championship game. So that was cool. Hutchinson finished second in 2021. We'll see if McCarthy. Okay, when was the last time a wild card team won the World Series? 2019, 2014, 2011, or 2008? The last wild card team to win the World Series. Josh, thanks for being here today. Lisa, thanks for coming on. Michigan. Oh, shit, I missed some stuff. Wait a minute. Okay. Michigan sent me some stuff. Okay, wait, let's do this. Shit, I missed some stuff. Okay, so, yes, Jack Hughes, 17 points in 6 games. The most points through the first 6 games of a season since Mario Lemieux in 95-96. Jack Hughes, and I want to say he has. Jack Hughes has 4 goals and 13 assists. 4 goals and 13 assists. 6 games, 17 points in 6 games, which is crazy. And then I saw this today, which I thought was really, really. I talked about him. Jeopardy. Did you see Jeopardy last night? One of the things was they had a sports. I think he got the first one right, quarterbacks, and they got all. No one even answered the last 4, which I thought was hilarious. No, I mean all 4, and I said I love it that they didn't know any sports questions. I mean, I thought that was fantastic. Okay, so Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey have almost identical career stats. Listen to this. CMC McCaffrey has 1,618 touches, 9,308 yards, 71 touchdowns. Kamara, 1,669 touches, 9,326 scrimmage yards, and 72 touchdowns. So they're off base by 18 yards and 1 touchdown. Rushing, 1,150 rushes for McCaffrey, 5,324 yards. And Kamara, 1,204 rushes, 5,396. More rushes, but, in the same. And then receptions, 468 for 3,984 for McCaffrey, 465, 3,930 for Kamara. Thank you, Bleacher Report Gridiron. How about that? How close they are. I mean, pretty much in the same neighborhood. Touchdowns, rushing yards. Pretty impressive. I thought that was pretty cool. So, sending my love to Michigan, my mom, Mrs. S, Carol and Carol, Josh. Have a good week. Tomorrow we have the Halloween party. I'll have some pictures. I have a good Halloween costume this year. Michigan has an even better one. And sending my love to everybody. Josh, as usual, Bumbles I know is working. I'm in Jersey doing stuff with my mom, which needs to be done. So that's good. All right, everybody, have a great day. Peace out, and I will talk to you soon. Adios.